Alrighty, hey howdy, and hello gamers. Welcome back to the channel. I am Gray, if you haven't met me before, and if you have, I'm still Gray. That's crazy, isn't it? It's kind of been a minute, I'm so sorry. I've been kind of just wrapped up in college. Yeah, I've mentioned before I'm a senior in college. I had a huge midterm project for my marketing class and a pretty big exam I had to do. But that's all over now, so we're big chillin'. I'm currently recording this between recording a vlog for the other channel. Go check out Grey Liz. It is in the description. You get to see me kind of being silly in school. It's where you'll see my face. Yeah. So today we're just gonna hop into another college stories video. Where we last left off, it was my first semester of my freshman year. We're talking about my second semester this time. So, in my second semester, things were kind of the same. If you watched the first one, I was pretty depressed. I remember the day before going back to school, looking at my dad at the breakfast table and saying, I really just can't wait for May. I think I want to drop out of this school. Which, that we're in the future, I didn't do that. But those were in that moment my honest feelings. And back in the day, when that was all happening, I wasn't involved in anything. So that's going to kind of be the message this entire little video is to get involved. So I go to my classes. The first day was snowed out. It was big snowstorm. It was, I think, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We were supposed to have classes the next day, but they pushed it back because they couldn't move us in. And it was supposed to be that Tuesday. We pushed it back to Wednesday, which I don't have classes Wednesday. I never have. So I didn't move back in until Thursday. So I had a class that afternoon. So I get back, I'm bored, I'm going through school. My roommate has since moved out. She had dropped out of college. And so I'm completely alone, other than my one friend. And I'm depressed. I can't wait for the weekend. I can't wait to go home. And I end up doing that. And my parents are still very sad that I'm not really finding my place. Because honestly, when I tried looking, it didn't go great. I tried talking to everybody or in my classes. I asked to sit with people at dinner, and I would just end up sitting alone. But then Tuesday rolls around, and I'm sitting in my freshman year astronomy class, and this pretty cool girl walks over, and I wave hi at her because I'm like, you know what, one more try. She ignores it, which is completely fine. I'm a stranger. And I sit there in our little breaks. This was a 3 hour class. It's my 3 hour night class on Tuesdays. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I can either spend the money and completely. Oh, this wasn't a midnight class. This was a 3 to 6 class. And I can get out and I can go to a hockey game rather late. Or I could stay on campus, go to dinner right after this, and then just kind of wait until one of these two clubs comes up. There was one that was a music club. I had visited it before. It didn't go well. They just kind of sang. They didn't really talk about musical interests. It was just you were watching people sing, which I'm an okay singer. I sing to myself pretty often. And I wasn't really thinking I was going to do it. Or I was going to just go to this Harry Potter club. I'm not super into Harry Potter. I'll be the first to admit it. I think it's kind of silly, honestly. But my cousins really liked it, and my aunt really likes it. So I'd grown up kind of knowing about it, and I really liked some of the movies, and I really loved the books when I was a kid. But at this point, I'm 18 years old. I don't really love those books anymore. I have found other books that I love a lot more. Things like Percy Jackson, which again, I was 18, still loved it. The Shatter Me series, which was really good. The Hunger Games is one of my all-time favorites. So it's still young adult fiction. And I was thinking, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try the Harry Potter Club. The music club didn't go so great last time. So 9:35ish rolls around. The club starts at 9:45, and I start walking. I was really nervous. I kind of get there. I sit in the back. I'm there really early. One of the e-board members comes up to me all friendly, and I'm absolutely horrified because I've gone to club meetings. I went to the fashion club meeting. I went to women in business. I went to music club, and no one was that friendly. And I was horrified, essentially, that these people had just come up to me, were talking to me, and then a couple other people file in. They sit near me. One of them is a very close friend, and she is going to possibly be on the other channel. Her name is Fifi. I've asked if I can use her name, and she said yes. And I'm just kind of there. I was vibing with it. It was going pretty good. You know what? I introduced myself. I was horrified doing it, but I did it, and there were a couple other kids in the club that were freshmen, Fifi being one of them, and I was just super kind of excited. Because then at the end of the club meeting, I was invited to go to the next club meeting that was kind of like their sister club, which was Disney Club. I'm not a huge Disney person. I like Disney movies. The Disney parks are sometimes fun, but I'm not like a person who obsessively thinks about Disney. All my clothing items are Disney. Where there's some of these kids in this club that are like that. But I'm so alone and I just wanted friends so bad, but I went to the club meeting. It was, honestly, really good. I had a lot of fun. It was another round of intros because it was the first week back in the second semester. And just I met people who turned into my roommates the next year. One of them I have a podcast with, Amit. I absolutely adore Amit. So, yeah, things just kind of started picking up from there. I became friends with Amit and Fifi and this other cool person named Jay. And I started to actually begin to have friends. Now, 3 weeks go by, and the girl from my astronomy class is in the club with me as well, the Harry Potter club. And we have started to become friendlier, which was so great. I was like, oh, okay, that's fun. And then there's another girl in the club. We'll just call this one G. And we both had a stats class. And statistics, I was horrible in. This is me retaking statistics because I'm not the best at math despite my business major. It comes a little hard to me. And at this time, I'm an accounting major, so I'm thinking I should be good at math. This is really upsetting me that I'm not good at math. But it was whatever. I had just gotten out of a test. I believe I got a 70 on it, which was pretty great. I didn't know that right away, but I was heading out, and I was going to dinner. So I always went to dinner right after this class. It was like a Monday. And I get to dinner. Well, I don't get to dinner. I walk outside of my classroom. G walks out of her classroom. We're both in statistics. And I get over and I start to go to dinner. And she's walking with me, and we're talking the whole time. We're like, oh, I can have a club tomorrow. She's now on the e-board as their little like secretary kind of thing. It wasn't the secretary, but like their little helper. Because she's trying to get on the e-board, and that's how you kind of do it. I know now because I am the vice president of this club now, and she is the president. Uh, and we kind of were just talking. We get to dinner, we both swipe in, and we split off. We get what we need. She is not a big person about meat where I am. I have a whole plate of meat and meat things. And we just didn't really continue talking. We sat at tables next to each other and kept looking at one another. Because I was thinking, should I invite her to sit with me or should I go sit with her? Turns out she's thinking the exact same thing. Because we get to club the next day and we both kind of laugh about it and go, "Oh, I kind of wanted to invite you to sit with me, but I didn't really know how you'd take it." And it was fun. And that's kind of when I became friends with her, and which was great. Now, in this whole time, I'm becoming closer with Jay and Amit. And we have another person, which Jay, we're just calling them Jay. Well, their names are said on the podcast because there's two of them. It's Jay and Jenna. They're both kind of named that. I become friends with Jenna through Amit and Jay. And this is just me because I went to 2 clubs. I have 3 friends. I'm sitting right after Disney karaoke where I went up and sang some song with Jay about Disney because Jay loves Disney. That's their thing. They love Disney. And that's cool. And we're sitting there in this like roommate kind of mixer thing. And I was just like, dude, I don't have a roommate. Do you? And they were like, yeah, Amit's my roommate. But we're kind of looking for 2 more. And we have a friend who's looking for a roommate if we don't do that. So I was like, all right, can you like hook me up with this friend? I kind of need someone to live with because my roommate dipped last semester. We all kind of meet up. We're sitting in this lounge in the freshman dorms. And the 4 of us are getting on like a house on fire. Like genuinely, we were having so much fun. Jenna and Amit went to a Big Time Rush concert together because of this. They literally sat there and they booked the tickets there. Jay and I are having a grand old time. And like in this moment, we completely decided to be roommates. And Amit and I kind of got the idea for our podcast because we just kept saying after like we'd someone would say something and one of us would have a fun fact for it, which is why we have fun facts with Amit and Grace because that's my name and I didn't want to go by Gray on the internet at the time, but I do now. And it was genuinely just so much fun hanging with these gals. And honestly, I still love them. I'm not as close with two of them anymore, but that's just because life gets in the way. Amit and I are still tight. We're on e-board together. Like that's genuinely my ride or die. I love Amit, and I don't think I show her that enough, but I will. I know I will, 'cause she's so amazing. But that's kind of that story. That story kind of gets me into drama for the next semester, but I'll leave that for another tale. So, I really hope you guys liked it. I hope you liked watching me up my combat score in like July from just I recorded this kind of footage months ago, forgot about it, found it, and figured why not pop my voice over it. But I really, really hope you guys enjoyed. Yippee! Video. Remember to like, comment, because I respond to all of them, and subscribe. I will catch you guys next time.